Welcome back to Ref Me Up 2.0, the Rookie Guide. Today, we are getting into one of the most pressure-packed moments in a football game, the measurement. When that ball is sitting right there, next to the line to gain, the whole stadium is watching. Every player on the field, both coaches and the crowd, they all want to know if it's a first down. And the officiating crew has to get it exactly right. Today, we cover who does what, step by step, from the moment the ball becomes dead near the line all the way through the ruling, first down or short. Let's get into it. The starting point is simple. When a down ends with the ball close to the line to gain, officials must be alert and they must inform the referee. If there is any question at all, take the measurement. Do not try to judge it by eye. This is not the moment to guess. Here are the key rules around when and whether to measure. First, the ball must not be moved from the dead ball spot. Until it is determined, there will be no measurement. This is non-negotiable. Once that ball moves, the window is closed. There is no getting that spot back. Second, a captain may request a measurement. That request should be honored when it is reasonable. This is a right of the captains, and the manual makes that clear. Third, there are two hard deadlines. The measurement cannot happen after the ball is moved from the dead ball spot, and it cannot happen after the ready for play signal is given. Both of those are absolute stops, no exceptions. Fourth, always err toward measuring. If any question exists about whether the ball made it to the line to gain, you take the measurement. The result could change possession or the entire series. You do not eyeball that. And fifth, when the ball is close, the covering official's first job is to get the referee informed right away, before anything moves. Let's walk through how the chain comes onto the field. This is the head line judge or line judge's primary responsibility. Step 1. The head line judge or line judge brings the chain in from the sideline with the chain crew members. That is the starting move. Step 2. Look at play pick A. The LJ or HLJ puts one hand on the links on each side of the clip. Both hands on, one on each side of the clip. This protects the proper link in case the clip falls off. If that clip comes off the chain and you don't know which link it was on, you have a real problem. Both hands on the links prevents that. Step 3. Play pick B. The clip must be placed on the back edge of the line for the measurement. Not the front, not the middle. The back edge. Exact placement here is what makes the measurement accurate. Step 4. Play pick C. When the LJ or HLJ arrives at the measurement spot, they use their foot to indicate the exact spot where the clip should be placed. Their foot marks it, then the clip goes there. Step 5. Before the referee rules, a good double check is for the HLJ or LJ to state out loud what the next down will be based on the result. For example, it will either be first or fourth. This confirms they know exactly what's at stake before the referee rules. Once the chain is on the field, every official on the crew has a specific assignment. Let's go position by position. Back judge holds the ball in place from the downfield side, shading away from the press box. This does two things. It prevents the ball from being accidentally moved, and it gives the umpire room to get in there and place the chain on the press box side of the ball. Umpire takes the forward stake from the chain crew member, then pulls it to make sure the chain is taut and the stake is perpendicular to the ground. Taut chain and perpendicular stake, that's the standard. Field judge keeps the press box sightline clear. No officials or players should be blocking the press box's view of the measurement. The field judge is responsible for that space. Center judge. If the measurement is outside a hash, the center judge should have a new ball ready to be spotted at the inbounds mark. Line judge or head line judge, once the chain is on the proper mark, tells the referee they are ready. And on the return trip, if it's not a first down, the LJ or HLJ must hold the chain on both sides of the clip the whole way back to the sideline. Referee receives that signal from the LJ or HLJ that everything is set. Then, and this is key, always faces the press box to make the ruling. That is non-negotiable. Once the ruling is announced, the umpire returns the stake to the chain crew member. Down marker. Move to the forward point of the ball by the chain crew member before the measurement begins. If the measurement comes up short, here is the exact sequence. Look at play pick D on the left. That is the referee using their hands, or fingers if it is only inches short, to show both benches how far short the play ended. That signal goes to both sidelines, so everyone knows how close it was. Step 1. If the measurement is in a side zone and does not result in a first down, the umpire keeps control of the stake during this process. They don't hand it back yet. Step 2. The referee uses their hands or fingers to signal how short. If it is just a few inches, they use their fingers. Both benches get that information clearly. Step 3. After signaling, the referee grasps the chain at the link in front of the ball and rises. They are specifically grasping the link that will be used to respot the ball. That detail matters. They are not just grabbing any link. Step 4. The back judge continues to hold the ball in place on the ground. They hold it there until the new ball is placed at the inbounds mark. They do not let go early. Step 5. The referee, umpire, and head line judge or line judge walk together to the nearest hash mark. The center judge will already have a new ball at the inbounds mark. Step 6. The LJ or HLJ must hold the chain on both sides of the clip on the return trip to the sideline. This prevents the clip from breaking or coming off. Both hands on the chain, just like bringing it in. In step 7, this is critical. The referee must wait for the HLJ's or LJ's signal that the chain crew is back in position before giving the ready for play signal. Do not rush it. Wait for that confirmation. When the measurement occurs on 4th down and Team A comes up short, there is a specific change of possession sequence to follow. Step 1. The referee signals the change of possession by giving the first down sound signal, but pointing it toward the goal line that Team A is defending. This signals the other team now has the ball. The direction of that signal is key. It goes toward the goal Team A was trying to protect, not the one they were attacking. Step 2. The referee then sets the ball in the same position as it was when it became dead, so that its foremost point becomes the rear point when the direction of the series is reversed. The ball has to be reoriented. Step 3. The new rear stake is moved to the new foremost point of the ball. That establishes the starting position of Team B's 1st and 10. Step 4. With the direction reversed and the ball repositioned, the chain crew establishes the new 1st and 10 for Team B from that new rear stake position. And the note at the bottom bears repeating. The referee signals toward the goal line Team A is defending, not the direction Team A was attacking. Get that direction right. Now the good outcome, the measurement yields a new series. Look at play pick E on the right. That is the referee signaling first down. That signal goes immediately upon the ruling. When a first down is gained, the LJ or HLJ does not need to hold the chain on both sides of the clip on the way back to the sideline. That requirement only applies when it is short. When it is a first down, they do not need to grip both sides of the clip on the return trip. However, they must go all the way to the sideline and indicate exactly where the new series will begin. They cannot stop partway. They set the new spot. If the measurement occurred in a side zone, the side judge or field judge assists the LJ or HLJ by indicating the spot on the sideline where the rear stake of the chains should now be placed. If the measurement occurred in a side zone, the back judge should remain with the ball on the ground to ensure the ball is spotted properly for the next play. They stay put, and moving the down marker to the forward point of the ball is routine, but important. Having it there protects the ball's spot in the event it is inadvertently moved before the next snap. 2 special situations that require extra attention. Situation 1. The measurement is a prelude to a penalty acceptance decision. Here is the example from the manual. 3rd down and 7 to go. Team A completes a pass near the line to gain. Team B is flagged for a live ball foul. Now Team A has a choice. If the measurement yields a first down, Team A accepts the result of the play. If the measurement is short, Team A may prefer to accept the penalty yardage instead. The key rule, in that situation, the down marker must remain at the previous spot, not the forward point of the ball, until the penalty acceptance decision is made. Do not move that down marker early. The exception to the routine movement of the down marker is exactly this scenario. Situation 2, second clip, and this is mandatory. After a first down is achieved by measurement, the clip operator marks the new yard line with a second clip, while leaving the original clip in place until after the first down play ends. Both clips are on the chain at the same time during that next play. This protects the chain position in the event of a dispute on the very next play. Let's bring it home. All officials, when the ball is close to the line to gain, do not move it until you have confirmed there will be no measurement. Alert the referee immediately. Those 2 things happen first, every time. Line judge and head line judge. Bring the chain in with both hands on the links on either side of the clip. Clip goes on the back edge of the line. Use your foot to mark the spot. And on the return trip when it's short, hold the clip on both sides all the way back to the sideline. Back judge, hold the ball in place from the downfield side, shading away from the press box. Keep it there until the new ball is placed. In a side zone first down, stay with the ball. Umpire, take the forward stake, pull it taut, make sure it is perpendicular. Keep control of the stake when it is short in a side zone. Return it to the chain crew once the ruling is announced. Referee, always face the press box to rule. Signal how short with your hands or fingers. Grasp the chain link that will respot the ball. And do not give the ready for play signal until the LJ or HLJ confirms the chain crew is back in position. Field judge, keep that press box sightline clear. No officials, no players blocking the view during the measurement. And the key rules to close: no measurement after the ball moves or after the ready for play signal. Down marker stays at the previous spot if the measurement is a prelude to a penalty decision. Do not move it early. And after a first down, the second clip is mandatory. Thanks for joining Ref Me Up 2.0. I hope you got 1% better today. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next Rookie Guide.
Well, that's a wrap for this section. Hopefully y'all learned something today. If you made it all the way through, then you're a real one, and I hope it brought you closer to your goals. Go ahead and subscribe and share with a football official, fan, or coach.